I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media.
Come on!
I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media. Hello, everybody. This portion of the show brought to you in part by cannabis. You smoke them? Yeah. You topical them? Yeah. You eat them? Yeah. Whatever you do. Do it with Teebs. Teebs in Adrian. Teebs.green is the place to go for medicinal, for recreational, for CBD stuff. They are the experts. They get it. You don't feel weird going in. It's normal. People are nice. They can answer your questions. They're really, really good like that. So Teebs of Adrian, you can catch them at Teebs.green is their website. Yes, that is a real website. www.teebs.green. Pre-rolls, cartridges, edibles, concentrates, topicals, paraphernalia. All of it can be found at Teebs. So make sure you go check them out today.
All right. I was talking to some family. It's a Teebs story.
Okay,
relax. Good. Calm down, Demetrius. There's a Teebs story. So I was talking to some people, and they go to a dispensary in Ohio.
Uh-huh.
And they did not know. I've only been going to Teebs now for like 6 weeks or so. Uh-huh. And they didn't know half of the stuff that I knew because Teebs made me super smart about it.
And you look a lot smarter.
Don't I?
Yes.
Glasses, don't be fooled.
I was just thinking that. I was like, something is different about Gina. And then I was like, could it be it? She obviously looks like she is smarter.
Smoked weed. She smoked weed. You can tell.
I don't smoke it. I eat it.
Of course. I should have known.
That's the healthier way.
Let's do this.
And now, our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now, here's Andrew.
Andrew Z. How about that Andrew Z? I said Andrew Z. In the morning, it's time to wake up. Andrew Z. In the morning.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. In the year of our Lord, Demetrius Nicodemus. He says, "Hi, Gina from Cabela Media." Chris Teeple, the lovable Donnie P, and of course producer Georgia. Let's get this show started.
Andrew Z. In the morning.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Good morning, Mario Lopez. Good morning, Donnie P. Good morning, Bill Legacy, my favorite DoorDash driver. Thank you. My mom's listening. Morning, Mom. And Gina, did you get your hair cut? Georgia wants to know.
I did. I got my hair cut last week.
Oh, looks good.
Beautiful.
So it seems like that question should have been asked yesterday.
Yes,
Way to
nobody
go,
noticed
Georgia.
yesterday until I brought attention to the fact that I'm very smart now. I'm not smart.
Who was
I'm
supposed to know
I'm
that?
only weed smart.
Gina, like you're on the show with like 4 guys right now, and 3 of us yesterday. Like, how are we supposed to know? You have to understand that there's no way men will ever like. What did you shave your head?
Yeah. Is your face different?
Yeah.
Like
if
how
you didn't
much
make
did
a
you get
drastic
taken off?
If you didn't make a drastic change, like shave it, we would never notice.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even think my dad would notice that. Like, if I could walk in like with like 1-inch hair, bright purple and pink, and he'd be like, "How you doing? You losing weight?" He'd have no idea.
That's not because he didn't notice. It's just because it doesn't surprise him.
No, nothing. Nothing
that's
surprises my parents.
Yeah,
nothing.
Like that's why he noticed it. He probably went. If you were to walk back in, if you were to walk back into the house, he would go, "Jesus, did you see that bright purple piece of shit on her head?" He goes, "But I'm not going to let her know it bothers me." Just like the last 2 boyfriends that she brought over in high school.
Here's the crazy thing: women can completely change their looks, like from one year to the next, from 1 week to the next. What guys, other than slight changes, really don't change. Like they look exactly the same. Obviously, they get older, but I swear to God, like there's times where you look at a Facebook picture of a woman, and then you look at a couple others, and I'm like, well, that's got to be someone different. How is that the same person? How are women able to do that? I didn't mean loud. How are women allowed to do that? How are women able to do that? It's crazy.
You mean, how are they allowed by the laws of nature?
Yes, thank you. That's what I meant.
It's so funny. Like guys, when guys change their looks drastically, it's called a disguise. When women do it, it's called a revamp. Shut up. That is, you're a totally different person. Like, where'd you get the boobs? Where's the ass implant coming from? And now all of a sudden, I'm not supposed to say anything.
To be fair, when a guy does change his looks, he's usually trying to disguise himself in some way. You know, pretty myself up, disguise myself as a desirable candidate, which is really hard to do with this canvas. You know, shave my beard so I'm not recognized when I go back in for seconds.
And then get rid of like the Eddie Munster slick back hair. I mean, I think there's things that we could do for you, dude. That
can I give Chris? Can Georgia and Ashley and I give Tiefel a makeover?
Yes, he needs it bad. Why? Why? Let me ask you a question.
Because you're gonna want to touch the beard.
Yeah, it's got to at least be trimmed.
Yeah. If there's something that could change your fortunes, why would you not?
Because I have changed my look before, and it has changed absolutely nothing except the amount of time I spend getting ready in the morning.
Because Chris really loves looking like a shop teacher from like 1975 high school who's on the brink of just cutting his thumb off.
Yes,
he's got all of his thumbs.
I was just about to say it should be illegal to have a beard like that if you don't cut down trees. Like if that's not your job, you have to trim your beard, or you get a ticket or something.
You should be yelling at like
this is COVID laziness. When the office life comes back, it will get trimmed.
I was just gonna say, are you against like just taking it down a little bit? I mean, you can still rock a huge beard and shape it up.
This is not my normal. This is just during COVID, and when office life comes back and people are starting to be back in the office, I'll trim it. I'll go up to True Cuts and get it prettied up.
That's right. That's exactly where you want to go.
We're talking about your mojo right now. There's no waiting for COVID, man.
The last time
Donnie, we're not talking about his mojo.
The last time I shaved this beard,
no, we're not.
The last time I shaved this beard, I got it to my face. A woman looked in my eyes and told me I look like a child molester. So this beard stays no matter what for the rest of my day.
One person.
Well, let's not focus on her. Sorry, Gina, I'm going to cut you off.
She just.
See, look how nice she looks there. Georgia, zoom in on that. Zoom in on that, please.
What's that
How
from?
do you have that picture at the ready? That's
from his makeover.
From I forget now.
Toledo City Paper makeover.
There it is.
Oh.
In that picture, it almost looks like if you'd shut the fuck up, you'd be attractive.
That literally looks like the last ad from a Kmart brochure.
I miss one goddamn day, and I come into nothing but abuse.
It's like Kmart. It's like Kmart on their last day, like before they that was the last issue that came out before Everything Must Go.
I didn't even get to keep the clothes. I didn't even get to keep the clothes.
Oh.
Good. The haircut.
I had to take them off, and they sold those to somebody else.
Oh God! Look at that look. You look handsome.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, ladies.
Your hair looks good.
Yeah. So Tiefel. So did you think you looked good in that look?
I think I look fine. I think I look fine now.
Do you think you looked better then? So why not? So why not just keep it? Why didn't you?
Do you know how much work that hair takes?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can only imagine from the energy it takes from going back to going to the side. Like I can. What is that? Is it that gets you all fucked up, Chris? Is it you have you're directional dyslexic?
It's the fact that my hair doesn't naturally part like that.
Nobody is born with a natural part like that. Nobody goes, "Oh my God, look at that hard part."
These are my natural bangs.
Actually, I do have a natural part right dead center of my head. My hair will freaking go like this, and I'll look like Dennis the Menace 30 years later in One Hard Life.
But how busy is your life that even if it takes an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
He meal preps 3 weeks in advance. He can take 2 minutes and comb his hair. I can't. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, Tifa. I love you.
I love you.
You look good.
I meal prep
one
week in advance, and I made chicken.
We
curry
missed
this
you
week, and it's
yesterday.
delicious.
We missed you so much yesterday that we had to make up for it all today.
Hey, I do have an unpopular. I have a couple unpopular takes. I'm going to give you one, and I might give you one later. We'll see. We'll see if I'll pray on it and see if the spirit moves me. But the first one, DMX, not Lawn and Landscape, but DMX the rapper. So we're on day 5 of mourning, and I'm still seeing the posts. Dude, he had one song. What?
No, he didn't. Shut up. Shut the fuck. Shut up.
5 days.
What?
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Dick hole.
Yes, I'm with D.
Shut.
No, he's not a legend.
Dude, are you kidding me? Are you kidding?
We didn't get 5 days of Regis Philbin. Regis Philbin is a pioneer. Regis Philbin is in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most time spent on television. He spent decades in our home in the morning. He affected millions of lives. Regis Philbin is a song man.
And his greatest accomplishment was popularizing the single color tie onto the same color shirt. We don't really... Other than that, he really didn't do much.
Be a millionaire. I mean, there's so many. There's a billion accounts. Like his list is this long. DMX's list is this long.
No, you're crazy.
One day.
When you talk about first of all, congratulate. I understand everybody loves Regis Philbin, but the only thing everybody loves him. It's not like what he did was he read questions off a piece of paper on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He asked questions of celebrities, and then he'd go, "Hey, Pippa, ha, ha."
Oh my God. Dude, he invented the morning chat. Like he was off. He was the first person ever off script in television. He had the most television hours in the history of this country. I mean, come on, dude. You can't. Like, I don't even understand. Like, I can name 10 dead celebrities that have been more accomplished and had less morning time than DMX.
When you talk about the effect that he had on urban culture, rap music, just look at the picture in front of you. You're looking at what is that? 26 songs right there that anybody can just, when you play them, you know them. Are you like well, that's your fault for not being hip. So
lose my mind.
You take this, take that shit to Denny's and complain with the rest of the old people about how you don't understand why DMX had such an impact, and nobody's talking about Regis Philbin. And don't get me started on Milton Berle, man.
Well, it's also there's things.
Go ahead, Donnie.
Sorry.
Well, number one, I'm still not sure if you're more mad about the lack of coverage Regis got, or the coverage that DMX is getting. Number two, it also has to do with the timing and an age thing. He's pretty young, so the older you are, the less grace you get when you die. It's not fair. That's the way it is.
I would think DMX would have, like, if he died at 80, we would still be like, because look, Party Up, that is just a classic. That there's a handful of classic songs that will never ever age. That Party Up, what is it? That Mark Morrison song, like
Return to the Mac.
Yeah. Ain't No Future in Your Frontin', MC Breed. Like, there are just songs that you can play. Montel Jordan. Like, those are just songs that are ageless. They touch everybody. And when you heard that anger in his voice, you literally heard the streets in him. And I would defy you to find anybody who's right now doesn't have at least 6 or 7 songs on their playlist when they go to the gym that is nothing but DMX.
Well,
mine's mostly Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I think.
You say it's because of his age. He's fairly younger, or things are, the older you get, the less fanfare you get. But when Betty White dies, we're going to have a national holiday.
Well,
I mean, that's just.
of course. But my point
And
is,
she's going to demand that they play DMX at her funeral.
My point is, give him a day. I get it. Give him a day. But I mean, it's just people. Okay, I'll give you an example. Pre-death, I want to be able to search Facebook and see who was talking about DMX the day before he died. So I mean,
everybody, because he was in a coma.
Nobody. Well, I mean, okay, before the current news situation, no one was talking about DMX, and he's only 50. Regis is 80. We talked about Regis from the time he was 20 until he was 80 or 90 or 100 or whatever it was.
Listen, because Regis is not on the soundtrack of everybody's lives. If you were alive in the 90s, DMX is on the soundtrack of your life. At some point in your life, that song brings back memories. So we weren't talking about him the day before he died or the day before he went into a coma, but we were listening to him. Nobody was listening to fucking Regis.
Yeah.
That wasn't Regis isn't on replay on everybody's playlist. That's not
Nobody's
happening.
like, play that old Kathy Lee Gifford Regis clip that I love so much.
Play that old top 100. This one
remember how he ushered in 1988? Nobody did that better than him. It was awesome. Oh, I miss 88 because of Regis.
Whatever. Okay. Well, I just don't. I don't get it. I don't. But anyway, that's my.
I love that you care, though,
dude. You know why? Because I care for people that were unceremoniously cast aside, because I feel that I can feel it, like unceremoniously cast aside. Like Regis gave ABC everything, and then they just threw him away for Ryan fucking Seacrest. It's just annoying.
All right, now we're getting to the bottom of this.
Right,
okay.
now it comes out. This is all about his hate relationship with Ryan Seacrest.
No,
yes, that's what it is.
Can you show us on the doll where Ryan Seacrest hurt you?
Show us on yourself.
Me right here. I feel like I need to get off Andrew's lawn right now, you guys.
Oh,
I get it, but I know it's unpopular, but okay. All right. The other thing I wanted to talk about was this. I got my second COVID shot on Friday, and the idiocy that is Trumpers. So I want to say, I said basically my post was for me, the almost year and a half worldwide nightmare is over. Second shot is done. And then a Trumper was like, how's it over? I said, well, the first two words in my post was for me. Well, how's it over for you? Because I'm vaccinated, bro. Stop being slow. And he says, you realize you can still get it, right? So then I said, first off, there are no absolutes. Sure, I could get it. But the CDC calls them breakthrough cases. That being said, that's actually not really true. Other than a couple random cases, I don't live my life on random. I keep everything in perspective. Problem with right-wing media is they take the exception and report it as if it is the rule. But I'm smart enough to research for myself. There's also a fake news anti-vax contingent trying to spread misinformation, and is also taking these few exceptions and blowing them out of proportion. But again, smart people don't fall for this BS. So then,
okay, can I
hold on, Andrew?
Can I cut in real quick? Can I pump in real quick?
All right, go, Donnie, and then go ahead.
Okay, so if you're gonna say that they take a small thing and blow it up, you're taking one dude that was an idiot on your Facebook page and blowing it up. Because I will tell you, 90% of Trumpers, or I wouldn't say 90, but most Trumpers are going to get the vaccine. I know you don't believe that, but they are.
Well, they are.
Trust me.
Okay, go ahead, D.
Oh, and this has nothing to do with this one guy, but I'm going to tell you, Andrew, you have a way of just instigating and poking and making somebody, and then you're like, and this dude comes at me, but you say shit like, oh, only slow people, or hey, dummy, maybe you're not listening. Did you read every word? Maybe you didn't pay attention to the for me because you're slow and stupid. And then you continue to engage this dude as you make him angrier and angrier, and then you're like, only stupid people would show up to my house with a gun and fire into my windows, and he's like, all right, you know, like, stop instigating and antagonizing these people. This is why we have the issues that we do, is because people think because some people feel a certain way that they're dumber than us. And so we have to talk to them like that. And that makes them angry. Like, Andrew, how often do you get pissed off when somebody talks down to you as if you don't understand what they're saying? And then they look at you and they go, well, let me explain it to you in terms that you can understand. No one eats blue crayons, dummy. Now you're like,
I mean, they are the best.
But so now you come at them in a way that makes you want to prove to them that blue crayons are delicious. You know, so just be a little, take the edge off, Andrew.
I agree.
If there's anybody who needs CBD in their life, it is you.
Listen,
Everyone
10
knows the red
milligrams
ones
of
are better.
CBD and 5 milligrams of indica. That's what you need. I got you. I got you.
So here then Trumper number 2 jumps in. This is funny.
We're gonna keep going.
Yes,
There's more.
Imagine how many people had it.
Is there a satisfying payoff to the end of this, Andrew?
There better be.
Yes.
Wait. We're about to hear his last words.
So he
got paid.
So here's Trumper number 2. Imagine how many people had it and never got tested. That's why we've achieved herd immunity already. And they released the vaccine at the same time and claim it's the vaccine. They did the same thing with polio. The polio numbers actually went up when vaccine was released. And then the polio vaccine creator admitted that the vaccine did more harm than good. So it's all a scam. That's why they went so hard at hydrochloroquine and steroids. People think it was because of Trump. It was a little bit, but mostly it's because in order to get emergency authorization to use a drug, there must be no alternatives. I'm like, this dude.
I have so much to say.
I don't know this person, but I imagine they don't talk like that.
And then,
you got to remember that these are the extremists that love you because they want to argue with you.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And then there's that segment too of they don't even really feel as strongly as what they do, but they just like to argue. So they like to comment on everything. And
they're probably vaccinated.
I know. Well, it's just, I don't know. It's just so
Georgia wants to know if it was Mike.
Her husband. No, it wasn't Mike.
Oh yeah.
Because Mike likes to talk
to an
shit
argument
just to
with
talk.
Mike.
Yeah, he does it, but he doesn't even mean half the shit he says. He just does it just to argue.
There are people out there and there are a lot. They just love to argue. But anyway, it's like, and then he's like, "Well, you didn't do your own research." Because I don't have a medical degree. No, I didn't do my own research. I trusted the millions of medical professionals out there that I mean, and then I'm like, so they took a Hippocratic oath. I said this on Facebook. I said, so you're saying all these doctors are now throwing out their Hippocratic oath?
More like a hypocritical oath.
You drop the oath on them? Oh man!
I don't know.
Drop the oath on them, mother.
I can't. Oh, good.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Was it in a court of law in front of a judge? Because then it doesn't count.
Right.
Here's my scientific study. There's a pandemic, and then they came out with a vaccine. That's all the studying I needed to do.
Right, exactly. And shove it in. Let's get this thing.
I never told you my vaccine story, by the way. It's real short if you want to hear it.
Wait, did you get both of them?
I got one so far.
Okay, go ahead.
I walked into Sam's Club for some toilet paper and some paper towels, and they're like, "Hey, we got extra vaccines. You want one?" And I was like, "Sure." So I I walked over there. I was kind of nervous because I didn't really plan on it.
Did it come in a greasy brown bag?
Donnie,
It came in bulk. It was one giant syringe.
Who the fuck? Who
You
the
took
fuck?
the
Like,
extra
that's like,
vaccine.
He had a
Dude,
big coat. Just open
the only thing,
I got
I'll
extra
tell you right now.
vaccines over
Wait.
here.
yeah.
So they scraped all the shit off the floor, and they're like, "We got a few extra here. Hey, you got anyone want some extra vaccine?"
Well, there
Were
was
they
a pallet of
scouting them while you were in
vaccines.
line?
There was a pallet of vaccines, and I walked by, and it was half off.
Was it like one of those? Was it like one of those ballpark guys that walk around with the big tray? Vaccine, man! Vaccine!
Get your vaccine. Yeah.
Yes. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm so happy that I got it at Sam's. The only thing that would have been cooler if I got it at Walmart, and I was on a waiting list for Walmart vaccine.
Hey,
and can I just say, Donnie, real quick, there are a couple of things that I will pick up if somebody says to me, "I have extra." Like I will get an extra taco. I will get an extra hot dog.
Yes.
I will get an extra bag of chips. But I'm not jumping up because somebody says we got leftover vaccine. Leftover vaccine is to me is like saying, "Hey, I got gravy from Thanksgiving in the fridge. Do you want some?" No, I've scheduled my appointment for gravy made at Bob Evans tomorrow, and I'm going to have it fresh and warm. So thank you.
Yes, I want the fresh vaccine. I don't want the leftover. Go ahead, Tifel.
It's past. It's one day past its due date.
I know.
This actually kind of reminds me. It was the just weirdness at Sam's Club. Georgia and I were at Sam's Club this weekend, and we're walking around, and it's Sam's Club. It's Walmart, just in bulk.
Right.
And we're walking around, and then she goes, and then she out loud ponders, "I wonder if I can use my Walmart credit card here." Like you're standing in Walmart. You're standing in the Walmart. I don't know. That just made the stupidity of it. Just made me think of it. Just like it's like some random guy walking up to you at Sam's Club. "Hey, you want an extra vaccine? We got it. We got it." It's just, can I use my Walmart credit card? Are we good?
They should just put dudes on the corner, like with the extra vaccine. Just stick them on the corner.
What I want to know is why Sam's Club has the vaccine, but Costco doesn't.
Yeah, go ahead, Donnie.
Well, I guess they only had a few because I was with Ashley and I had to get her to work because it was my day off. So we were cruising around together. So I actually left and then came back like 20 minutes later, and I walked in and they didn't say anything at the door. And then I walked back to the pharmacy. I was like, "Hey, I want to sign up for the vaccine." She's like, "Oh, really? Did they say anything at the door?" And I said, "Yes, they did." She's like, "Hold on, let me go check in the back, see if we only had 5 extra." I was like, "You only had 5 extra?" And you were just handing them out like crazy. But but I was lucky enough to get the last one.
I'm gonna go up to pharmacies in big places from now on and go, "Hey, have you got any COVID vaccine?"
Yeah, you got to.
Did they give you the password at the door? Did they give you the password at the door? Like,
well, Walmart called me like a week later. When I got on the Walmart waiting list, it was like 30 names. Like, they're never gonna call me. They called me like 2 days later. And I was like, "Oh my God, I wish I would have waited because it would have been so cool to say I got my vaccine at Walmart."
Jason said at least if you're there, because you know how you have to, like when you give blood, you have to have some food afterwards. At least there's plenty of samples there. With your vaccine.
But at Sam's, it came with just the vaccine and a syringe, and you had to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that would be if you got it at IKEA. That'd be totally different.
You put the needle together.
That's a great story. But Donnie, I have a question. So for vaccine number 2, how do you get that then? Because for us, I had to. They scheduled them both at the same time. So one, and then the exact same time in 3 weeks was the second one. So how, if you're just getting leftover shit, how do you get your second one?
Well, so
when I see you,
they tried to schedule me like that day, but it was for a Saturday. So they just said I have to go online, and it's been a couple of weeks. So I have to try to go now. And she actually said, she told the one guy in front of me that, 3 weeks is best, but you actually have 42 days of a window.
Okay.
After the third week, I don't
think legally you can schedule the second one unless you've done the first one through the same system.
I have to get it there.
You're in vaccine purgatory right now, my friend.
Yeah,
because you got the extra vaccine. You're like stuck.
I know. I just got to go hang out until they get a couple extra.
They're like, wait, you want to schedule the second one? I don't know. You have to schedule the first one, then we schedule the second one exact same time 3 weeks later. I don't know what to do.
You should
I
set
get
up
my
a tent.
second next week.
He's gonna hope some falls off the truck.
He's gonna keep hanging out at Sam's Club. Hey, you got any extras of the second?
Y'all got any of them vaccines? Yep. Got any more of them extra vaccines?
You scrape off the floor. All it is the shit that fell out of the syringe.
Right.
They just
It's 1 day past its inject by date instead of sell by date.
They have one of those paint, those paint buckets where the roller things, the trays. They just have a tray underneath every syringe, and then whatever's left,
gross.
Stick that in you. All right, this portion of the show is powered by our friends in cannabis, our friends at Teebs and cannabis. Medicinal, recreational. Hey, don't they have a 420 special coming up in like a week?
Yeah, they're gonna have some specials. I haven't seen what they are yet, though, so I gotta wait to get the stuff because I want to know what I'm gonna get that goes on sale next week. I want to buy it today.
It's kind of like Donnie with his vaccine.
At any given moment, I have a Teebs product like within arm's reach of me. Like no joke. Like anywhere in my house, I have some kind of Teebs product.
I've been rubbing the topical on Colleen's back because she
Is
gets
that what you're
back
calling your penis?
I hate Judy.
What happened?
Ew.
Georgia, you need to give me. Georgia needs to give me my my cream back because I let her borrow it.
Oh, what the fuck is going on?
What is going on between you and my sister?
She's giving my cream back. I need my cream. Anyway, go to Teebs.green, Teebs of Adrian. They are kind enough to bring this show. Go ahead, D.
Hey, I just wanted to say congratulations to you and Colleen. You guys are celebrating 8 years of friendship on Facebook. That's a huge milestone. A lot of people probably just looked over that because they were too busy researching their Regis Philbin shit. But we understand that you two have been friends on Facebook for 8 years. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you, D. I appreciate it. We might take our friendship to the next level at some point, but probably
Make
not.
it official on Instagram.
Yes. All right. Let's see. Also, this is brought to you by our friends at DMX Lawn and Landscaping, which has actually been way more accomplished than DMX the rapper.
Shut up,
dude. What is wrong with you?
What are you doing? You're about to get rough road. That's
rough road.
If you don't knock it off.
DMX Lawn and Landscape. You're looking for a landscaper that does a great job, family-owned business. Hit them up. They've got a couple
people too.
Good people.
See that's just how influential DMX is. They name their business after him.
That's true.
So I mean,
right?
They're big fans of DMX the rapper for sure. All right, has anyone got anything that they want to talk about? If not, I got a ton of stuff.
I haven't heard anything about Regis Philbin in a while. I thought maybe we talk about him a little.
Well, he started at 20 and 18 years old on the Joey Bishop's show.
Somebody said this show takes more turns than NASCAR earlier. And that's funny because I always say it's the most ADD show on the interwebs.
NASCAR only takes one turn, right?
Well, they turn at every
left.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Regis,
God, I was kidding. It was a joke. It was a joke. Donnie's out. Demetrius passed out. Look, I'm leaving too. Bye.
If you just say Regis's name, you know who we're talking about. That's how.
Yeah, because you say somebody's name, it's weird how people know who you're talking about when you name them.
Just the first name I'm saying.
Donnie, that was like a magic trick. You disappeared and came back with Ashley.
Da-da! You're supposed to go da-da, and now my assistant.
She's leaving for her training.
Oh, her real tour.
Have a good day, Ashley.
Okay.
Good luck, babe.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck, honey. Okay, so Regis started in the Joey Bishop. Or no, we're not doing that anymore. All right. Kelly Clarkson gave some sound advice to Taylor Swift. If you remember that there's a feud between Taylor Swift and record owner Scooter Braun, because Scooter bought all her masters for her first 6 albums. and I guess he turned out to be some sort of creep or something, or I don't know what happened, but Taylor wasn't happy about it, and because she couldn't sing her own songs or perform, she couldn't do anything with her own songs without paying this dude or asking for permission.
Well, she could do it. He just gets paid every time.
Well, but she had also get permission, I think. Like, I don't think she, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, she was not happy with the whole situation. She had some bullshit.
Did she not have the opportunity to buy him herself?
That I don't know. But here, so it's a public feud. You can look it up. I didn't go to that length. But anyway, he owned the first 6
albums. Not the lengths he goes for Regis.
Own her first 6 albums. So then Kelly Clarkson said years ago that not years ago, July of 2019, Kelly Clarkson tweeted this out. Just a thought. You should go in and re-record all the songs that you don't own the masters on, exactly how you did them, but put brand new art and some kind of incentive so fans will no longer buy the older versions. I'd buy all the new versions just to prove a point. So Taylor Swift took her up on her offer. And she said, that's a great idea. I'm going to record all the exact same songs the exact same way. And that way I'll own those. You can own the originals, but I mean, it's pretty much a genius move to get out of this bullshit. So Kelly Clarkson gave the advice. Taylor Swift took it. And now Taylor Swift has finally re-recorded all her songs from her first 6 albums. And she's put together some sort of compilation that includes the some new stuff and some new twists and all that. And now she owns all her own songs, and Scooter Braun can go suck it, bitch.
Suck it, Scooter.
Suck it, Scooter.
Now they have bad blood. It's awful.
Look what he made her do.
Naughty. You know what the thing is too? I'm sure that if she was smart, because anytime she hasn't run in with a dude, there's a song. What she should have done is done a Scooter Braun song on the new album on all the songs that she now owns, and she should have just been called "Suck It, Scooter."
We will never ever sing together. We will never ever sing together.
That was the worst impression I've ever heard you do, and that saying so much.
That is, first of all, let me just tell you,
spot on.
that is legit Taylor Swift's actual voice. That is dead on. It's my Elmo and my Taylor Swift are dead on.
Yes, your Elmo is.
Or auto-tune comes in.
Yeah. A stylist says Justin Timberlake set up Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction to one-up Britney Spears at the VMAs.
Don't believe that shit.
These Britney people are something else.
I'm so...
They're the female version of Trumpers. They really are. Like dudes believe the Trump conspiracies, and girls believe the Britney Spears conspiracies. It's real. I'm telling you, it's no different. Like they see secret messages in
Do you think only guys support Trump?
Chris, there are no absolutes, but it's overwhelming. Yes, the guys support Trump. Thank you. All right. Stylist Wayne Scott Lucas claims that Justin Timberlake intentionally staged Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction at the 2004 Super Bowl in order to one-up Britney Spears, who made headlines for kissing Madonna at the MTV Video Music Awards. So she makes out with Madonna, and Justin Timberlake's like, all right, well, I'm going to have to do something. So Justin insisted on doing something bigger than their performance. He wanted a reveal. Apparently, the original plan involved Justin stepping on the back of Janet's dress to expose a pearl G-string. Janet was going to be in a Roca dress, and Justin was going to step back off her dress to reveal her butt in this pearl G-string. And plans changed before the performance. Justin called the...
Are they the one upset that the original plan didn't go through?
Right?
I love that they had different ideas. Wait. What if?
What if you know what? And they were always like, and nobody ever went like, and what Janet didn't like. How about you pull your dick out, Justin?
Yeah,
how about we do that?
Right.
Why is it me showing my ass or you ripping off my bra? How about you pull your dick out? I'm almost positive that'll get the same kind of response.
Yeah,
Do a Lenny Kravitz.
I mean, she was the more accomplished at the time in the relationship. She should be calling the shots, not Justin finding a way to expose her.
How about I step on your pants and they expose a pearl G-string?
Yes.
or a cock ring. How about a cock ring, Justin?
Pearl cocksock.
Pearl cocksock.
That would have been epic. That would have been amazing.
Justin called.
That sounds like a town in New Jersey. Cocksock.
Yeah, that would have totally changed Trolls.
Cocksock, New Jersey.
I live in Cocksock, New Jersey. It's next to Hand and Sack.
Justin called the incident a wardrobe malfunction, which this stylist takes issue with because, quote, I wouldn't call it a wardrobe malfunction in a million years. It was the most functioning wardrobe in history. As a stylist, I did what it was. It did what it was intended to do. Justin, of course, issued an apology to Janet Jackson as well as Britney Spears in February of 2021 after his treatment of them was featured in the documentary Framing Britney Spears, saying in part, specifically, I wanted to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson both individually because I cared and respect for these women. I know I failed. I also feel compelled to respond in part because everyone involved deserves better, and most importantly, because this is a larger conversation that I wholeheartedly want to be part of and grow from. Lisa Rinna. You guys know Lisa Rinna from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I think she was a soap opera star. She was on some of my favorite shows. I don't even remember what they were. I think they were like, wasn't she on Melrose or 90210 or one of those? She was one of those ladies that I love. I love Lisa Rinna anyway, but her daughter.
She's married to Harry Hamlin, right?
Harry Hamlin,
from LA Law.
LA Law.
You mean from Clash of the Titans, you guys?
Who the hell are you people?
Classic. It's a classic.
So Harry and Lisa's daughter Amelia is 19 years old. Well, she is dating Scott Disick. For those who don't know, Scott Disick is ex of one of the Kardashian, Kourtney Kardashian. He's an ex of Kourtney Kardashian and has kids, I guess, with Kourtney, 11-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 6-year-old. So he's an 11-year-old with Kourtney, and he's now dating a 9-year-old.
Where do you get a Lord title?
He bought it.
I think from himself. Yeah,
he bought it.
He's 37.
He looks like the biggest douchebag. Like if
Right?
douchebag had a face, it would be Scott Disick.
Doesn't he look like he would walk up to you on a bar and be like, dude, I just dropped an album. It's got an Eminem feel with a little DMX edge. You know, like
yes. Like shit that he could never accomplish, but he puts himself in like the legendary categories.
Yeah, he's like, man, I'm breaking ground. I'm gonna be the next Machine Gun Kelly. Who?
He's actually not a bad
hairstyle.
So see, he bought it. He bought it and was knighted. Go ahead, Donnie.
He's actually not a bad guy as far as trying to be the best dad and family guy with his kids, but he just has he's had some struggles with alcohol abuse, with substance abuse. So like he's had some public battles with that stuff. So, but it's obviously kind of strange that he's
But anyway, he's 37. She's 19, and her mom Lisa Rinna even said that she thinks that he's a little too old for her. And it's not even the age difference because Colleen, that's about Colleen and I's age difference. But I think it's the fact that she's 19 that I don't know. You know what I mean?
How could it not work?
You're a parent. Yeah, if you're a parent, you don't want your kid dating someone that's 20 years older than you right as you turn legal. I mean, 18, 19. I would. I know that I dated my ex. She was 18 and I was 28. Demetrius, don't raise your eyes like that. I was 18. She was 28. And her parents were freaking out, and I could see why now. It's 10 years difference. I can imagine a 20-year difference at 19.
I'm here to take your daughter to prom.
She actually missed prom because I wouldn't go. She wanted me to go to prom with her. I'm like, I was doing a morning show. I'm like, I'm not going to prom.
Okay. I was just joking, but
no.
Not only was she 18, but she was 18 still going to school.
Yeah. She was it was at the end of the school year.
This has got to be the creepiest thing you have ever done.
I love you guys. I got to run with the kids. You have a great rest of your morning.
Bye, Donnie.
Bye, Donnie.
Love you, brother.
Like 18 and freshman in college, I could whatever. I could give you a pass on that one, but the fact that you had to
was
drop her off at the high school the
Listen,
next morning.
No,
If it's
It was
creepy
end
to
of-
Tifo, if it's dating creepy to Tifo, then it is creepy. Like that's man.
well, but it was the end of the school year, and going into summer, and we went out over the summer. Like our relationship blossomed like over the summer.
Yeah.
But it
It had
started
nothing to do
when
with
she
the
still
fact
had finals.
Go ahead,
Hey.
Demetrius.
Yeah, it had nothing to do. Like you were just like, we're just not at that place yet where I feel like I could be seen at a high school with you. But as the summer grows on and I know you don't have school, then we can really start to love one another. But I am not going to be yelled at by your chemistry teacher for kissing you. That is not going to, I'm not going to be mistaken for fucking faculty when I walk in.
Shut up.
Why is that chaperone making out with one of the girls?
Why?
Hey, congratulations.
Walking her to her locker.
Congrats to Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song. They welcomed their first child, Dakota. So there you go. The actors met on a film set in Thailand a few years ago and decided to name their firstborn after Culkin's sister Dakota, who died in 2008. That's sweet. Kanye West has responded to Kim Kardashian West's divorce filing and asked
can I quote him?
Sure.
Chicken.
Kanye West responded to Kim's filing divorce. West asked for joint custody of the couple's 4 children and for no spousal support to be awarded to either person, which makes sense. He's got his own money. She's a billionaire now. I mean, it would be silly to just swap millions between the two of them. Sources say the split is amicable and that Kardashian West also wanted joint custody. So there you go.
Wait, who gave him the quote that the split was amicable? Was it her or him? Because if it was him, it wasn't amicable.
Right.
That's just something dudes say to make themselves feel better.
Makeup lovers are boycotting Morphe, MORPHE. I guess it's a line of makeup, as the brand stays silent on James Charles sexting allegations. I guess he was their spokesperson. What were you gonna say, Tifo?
I was just going to say I have no idea what either of those things are, Morphe or James Charles.
Dude, he's like, what is he, like a famous Instagram guy? And
Yes.
he does like makeup tutorials, but he literally, and
How'd you know, D?
because I try to stay up on shit.
Okay, good.
I let go of my Regis Philbin thing, and I was like, wow, I can fill it up with so many more current topics. So I like pushed out all my Regis Philbin angst and filled it up with like, cultural stuff like this kid. And
Natasha, the topic today is Regis Philbin. She's late. I'm trying to fill her in on what's going on. I just wanted to let her know.
Well, I love how dare you, Donna Costa? Who's Regis? DMX music streams soared 928% following his death.
Yeah. What if Regis has soared 928% after his death?
Yeah.
Nothing.
He did.
yeah, how many people picked up a tennis racket and picked up an old lady to go play?
Tie
None of
sales
them.
went up 928%, you guys.
Blue on blue.
The company
But
is being, go ahead.
Yeah. But this James Charles kid, like, actively went after young boys. So
Yeah.
I got fuck this kid.
Right. No, I agree. And so, but the company,
That's what got James in trouble.
the company has dropped him, but they haven't come out and said anything against what he did. So they're being criticized for his longtime partnership and collaboration with him. He's been accused of more than 15 boys and men of sexual harassment and sexting with minors. He's been facing boycott over its continued association with him. I guess the company is still associated with him and hasn't responded to insider inquiries about his longtime partnership. They haven't taken a strong stance against him. So now it's boycott Morphe. You have to get. Where would you find any other makeup brand that you could use? I don't know. That's poor women. Now what are you going to do?
Maybe
One of the other billion.
yeah. Maybe you can boycott morph and start using change, or you can start using another thing that means change other than morph. Or
So this one is interesting. Sylvester Stallone has now joined Donald Trump's Miralago Golf Club. The Rocky star has previously been a guest there. He's 74, but now he's got.
Interesting to whom?
I don't know. What do you mean?
You said this is interesting, and then said that.
It is interesting. He's a huge star, and now he has now joined Miralago, and there you go. So, what else?
Celebrities need to start dying young. I mean, because honestly, the older they get, the more money they accumulate, they become old white people with money. And so they start thinking everybody is against them. But when they're young, they come out and they want change. Like Sylvester Stallone shouldn't have made it to 76. He shouldn't. He should be gone now. And we could still love him. Like, I loved James Woods until he started talking fucking crazy. And I was like, James, what is wrong with you? Like, damn it. John Voight. I like John Voight and Anaconda. And now I wish he really would have been eaten by an anaconda.
A couple other quick things. The Friends reunion has been filmed. Who's excited? It's been filmed in Los Angeles.
Is this like an actual episode, or is it just the actors getting together reminiscing?
The special one-off show brought together the sitcom's original cast, set to air on the HBO Max streaming service. The reunion was originally due to be filmed last August, but was delayed due to the coronavirus. A broadcast date has yet to be announced. It's expected over the next few months. It's an actual episode, so it's not like just the stars sitting around reminiscing. It is an actual episode, so that's exciting. I mean,
do you think you'll see more black people in this episode?
All you need is one, and then there's more black people.
There's like 100% increase in black people.
Like, remember when Ross dated a black girl for a hot second, and then she went to Criminal Minds, but
they had to write her off the show because she went to Criminal Minds. So a couple local stories that I want to get to, and then we'll get over to Tiefel. The family of Arnie's is upset because there's a new Arnie's out. A guy named Singh bought Arnie's back in 2008, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And they closed in 2017. So Singh bought Arnie's from Arnie. Well, Arnie died last August, and Singh was at the funeral. And now Singh has opened a new Arnie's on Bancroft. And the family, the daughter and the wife of Arnie's, is not happy about it, that he's trying to capitalize on the name. And he's saying it's an homage to Arnie.
He bought the name.
Well, no, he bought the name on that restaurant at Secor. But
so you're telling me, so he buys that restaurant, that then Arnie would have then been free to open up another restaurant named Arnie's, like across the street from him.
Well, no, they were friends. It was a mutual. I mean, they were friends about it. I don't know. What do you mean?
So this is a second location.
He bought the name.
No, this is a reopening.
Arnie's closed in 2017. So he's reopening a brand new business and using the name Arnie's because it has, clout. It was around for 3 decades, 30 years. Arnie owned it. And so the family isn't happy. And he says that he told them last year that he might open a new Arnie's to pay homage. But if he's in good communication with him, why wouldn't he just tell them, hey, I got the new location? He says there's a big portrait of Arnie's right when you first walk in, but the wife and daughter are not happy with the decision because they were not, I don't know if it's because they weren't consulted or just because he did it. I don't know, a combination of both.
You know what I think would, since he likes throwing around French words like homage, maybe he should pay royalties. Right. Maybe kick them some money because you're making money off of this woman's husband's name, this girl's father's name. It's not like you just pulled Arnie's out of your ass and now you're like, you know what? If this was a home, if you were honoring him, then you get a park, you get, you label a bench, you plant a tree, but you don't open up a building that generates revenue and then tell me that this is so I can honor your husband's name, but you're getting paid. You're getting paid.
You do bring up a good point, and obviously, if you're at the funeral and you had discussions about this, then you should have informed the family ahead of time. If it was an homage, then you should have had conversation with them ahead of time. If there was no ill intent there,
it sounds like he did. They just forgot.
No. He didn't have plans set. He said, "Hey, it was like a passing conversation. It's like, hey, mate." He says that, I might open a new place with, down the road, blah blah blah. But I mean, when you have plans finalized, then you should go to them and say, "Hey, remember we talked about this at a funeral? Then I'm thinking about doing it now. What do you think? I'm going to give you royalties." Like Dee said, if it was really an homage, then why didn't you just put a big statue there? If you're doing something that's making money off a name of a family name, then maybe you should compensate them, or at least have talked about compensation.
Look, Trump gets paid when somebody throws his name up on a building. I mean, honestly.
Right. No, that's true. And then the last story I have before we get over to T-Fold, two people were charged in a $10 million insurance fraud, and they used Jeep employees to facilitate it. So they stole more than $10 million from insurance companies through a fake prescription scheme that a federal prosecutor alleged used Jeep employees to facilitate the fraud. A guy named Kevin Clay from Perrysburg and another guy named Matthew Maluchnik, Maluchnik, basically they found out that there was a loophole in the Jeep insurance, because that you could buy some topical cream or something, and it would be a compound cream, and it would be covered in medications. So they got this company in Cleveland to start making this stuff, and then they would get Jeep employees to get prescriptions written. They would get them filled. 70% would go back to the maker of the drug in Cleveland. They kept 30%, and they wrote there was $10 million in prescriptions written for this stuff that nobody needed. But they made money off it, and allegedly, and now they have been caught. So that's the scam, the insurance Jeep scam. So there you go. All right, this portion of the show brought to you in part, of course, by we run on Cannabis and Teebs, also by Lawn Greetings of Toledo. You want to say it in a lawn greeting instead of a card. It's way cooler. Out on your lawn, happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy divorce, happy whatever. Just throw it out there for all to see. Lawn Greetings of Toledo. And Lufka All Natural, the all natural way to care for your skin, and all natural cleaning products free of harsh chemicals at the Country Charm shop in Perrysburg. All right, let's get over to Chris Tiefel with the WTF News and Ebenezer Bushrod.
All right, D, the kid can't hear me, right?
By the way, everyone says no one's even listening to what you're saying, Andrew, because the adorableness in the feed right now.
All right. So a prolific user, Little J Dub on Pornhub, has announced his retirement from the site and porn altogether because he has found his one and only, and it feels like cheating to look at porn, according to him. And he hopes everyone the best, that they find their one and only, and their porn breaker, I guess, is what they're looking for. So, but yeah, apparently he's gone. So that was my first one. I thought it was kind of funny that he decided to announce retirement from a porn site. Like, how often are you using this site?
Not from not just the porn site, but porn altogether, and porn, and that is not. That's kind of like a Michael Jordan kind of retirement. It's not voluntary. It was kind of forced on him by his new love. You know, when you find a woman, like how I've never, ever encountered somebody who's like you okay watching this? You got all of this, and now all of a sudden you just want to just watch porn, and okay, baby, I guess I'm done watching porn. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna go to Sam's Club and maybe pick up one of them spare vaccines.
Well, actually, Natasha just said she watched porn with her husband for the first time. It was great.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Dubs watching whatever he wants to watch.
Really?
See, I would think, because this would be my problem watching porn with a significant other, is I would be more keyed on like the things that they seem to be more interested in when they hit the screen, and then I would judge them based upon that. Like I'd be like, why did you seem to be a little more intent watching this when she was woofing like a dog? What is up with you? Like,
or like
it's a good way to find out your partner's wants and fantasies. There's nothing wrong with that.
I find
you should wonder those things.
If you just poke around with a finger, you can find that out quicker.
Fuck around.
No. Oh God. Oh God.
Or like what if
poor Kara?
What if she's like, ooh, look at that big dick. Yeah, man, that thing's
yeah.
Oh, man, you're like, whoa, wait.
Yeah, and you're like, you look down and you're like, man,
I know, right?
What the like if she's into like she sees like something that like somebody shoves up, you're like, holy shit, I'm gonna have to put my shoe in there. Like that's crazy.
Things
shouldn't be able, like that's ooh.
Dude, she's holding it with two hands. What the fuck?
And you guys don't check out women on the TV that are skinnier and bigger boobs, and you guys don't do that.
No, you know what I do? I go, look at that ugly bitch. I can't believe they put her on television, honey. That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever. She is disgusting.
Babe, you should be on every show.
Yep.
Hold on. I'm warming up for the eye roll that's coming.
I'm just I tell guys all the time, every woman has like a dolphin alarm that will tell you whether or not she digs something. You just got to find it. And when it goes off, you know not to do it anymore. Like you go towards the butt and then you hear, that's not a good thing. That is my dolphin alarm.
All right.
All right. On that note.
So I said so we've all been upset. This is a continuing series of people upset at fast food restaurants. We all get upset. There's a man in Minnesota right now who was having an argument with Domino's employees because he had ordered his pizza with the toppings on the side, and apparently they had the audacity to put the toppings of his pizza on his pizza. And so he was having an argument, and then he did what most rational people do in Minnesota when they're having an argument, and he pulled a gun.
Of course.
On there. He didn't end up shooting anybody, but he did flee. When cops caught up to him, they couldn't find a gun on him. They still arrested him for everything. He's charged, with assault and, brandishing a firearm and all that lovely stuff, all because he couldn't, just have a calm conversation with the employees.
Well, here's what I know is that, if you look, everyone's complaining about not being able to find good employees, like especially in the fast food or in the service industry, you can't find good employees. So right now, if I order something, if I make any modifications, I realize there's a 50% chance the shit is going to get fucked up. So I just know that going in, so it doesn't surprise me because that's just where we're at right now. I mean, I just expect it, and then when it's done right, I'm pleasantly surprised, and when it's done wrong, I'm not brandishing a firearm.
Yep, that's exactly how it works. I don't expect anybody to get anything right.
Yes,
because this is how I look at it. I look. There are certain jobs where if you look down at your shirt and there's an emblem there, and depending on what that emblem is, depends on how much you want to give of yourself to that emblem. Like if there's a domino on my shirt, guess what? I don't give a fuck if I didn't put toppings on your pizza or put it to the side. I'm sorry. You're like, Domino's pays me enough to get here. They don't pay me enough to read.
To care.
Yeah.
Like the pay that they give me, it's about a $2. Now,
exactly.
If my emblem says Google, then I'm given like $9, $9.50 maybe.
Yep.
but if it's a domino or if it's some arches, I'm giving about $1.50.
Yep. Half a fuck.
You paid me enough just to show up to the job.
Like, I show up just to break the fucking ice cream machine. That's why I come to work.
They get their $15 an hour. I'm going to expect perfection. That's what I'm going to want.
Well, then let's see when they get it. Like I know that's why Chris isn't understanding this conversation, D, because Chris always has 10 fucks to give. Where no matter where, I don't care where he's working. He just seems like that type of guy. Which that's not even a shot. That's like just serious. I think like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Remember I told you I had a driving company for a minute? Chris did a couple runs for me, and I swear to God, he was every person he picked up, he was there 15 minutes early. Because Chris has fucks to give. It doesn't matter what the job is. It doesn't matter what the logo is. Chris has got fucks to give.
Like if Chris was at Sam's Club with the same time that they were handing out extra vaccine, and they'd be like, "Look, you want some extra vaccine?" And this dude's got extra fucks. I'd be like, "Fuck yeah! I just ran out, as you just heard. I used my last fuck on fuck yeah."
So congratulations to you, Chris. You are a fucks given employee. Good job.
All right. Well, a 51-year-old American man from Las Vegas is having a little bit of trouble. He went on a trip to Dubai back in February, and before he left, he legally imbibed a little bit of marijuana, but he didn't take anything with him or any paraphernalia with him because he wasn't an idiot, and he flew out to Dubai, and when he got there, he ended up getting pancreatitis. They admitted him to the hospital. They treated him, took care of him, and then right before he was about to be discharged, they asked for a urine sample. And so he figured doctors, whatever, and he peed in the cup. He then tested. They then tested it and found positive for THC and everything. And the laws being in Dubai what they are, the hospital was obligated to turn those test results over to the police,
and they cut his arm off,
who then promptly arrested him.
Yeah, they cut his arm off.
For marijuana. They put him in jail for 3 days, where his injection site from his hospital stay became infected. They didn't give him any medications. Now he's confined to his hotel room while prosecutors decide if they want to pursue a case against him. All because he smoked a little bit of weed before he got on the plane. So even if it's legal where you are, be very, very careful if you're going to a country that has very strict laws against it.
I thought like hashish and all that. I thought some form of that stuff was like they loved it over there. Like
not in Dubai. Like you can't even drink alcohol.
Isn't hookahs like a thing out in the Middle East?
Hey.
Well, that's tobacco, and I don't know like exactly how that works, but I know Dubai is not the place that you go if you want to fuck around. Like that is, Dubai is Arabic for goodbye. I wish a fucker would. Like that is.
I wish a fucker would.
So, I mean, honestly, I don't like. Who would want to go there? I don't care how fucking cool that place is. If there's a golf course in the middle of the desert, I don't care. Oh, it's all man-made. We put this lake in. Well, great. Why? This place sucks.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much anytime a new state announces legalization, South Korea and Japan put out warnings to their citizens that live in those states because South Korea is one of the few countries that enforces their laws internationally on their citizens. So even if you go to a country where marijuana is legal and you decide to partake in it, it's still illegal in South Korea, and you can get arrested when you return.
Why would I return? I'm smoking weed here.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Like, yeah,
I'm saying
don't let me drink.
When I say Dubai, I'm getting the fuck out. Dubai.
Yeah.
Dubai.
So, back on March 8th, Joshua Slaughter, awesome last name, was arrested while behind the wheel of a stolen Dodge Charger up in Michigan. Now, he got arrested, spent a little time, got a court date. Of course, it was a Zoom court date because of COVID. And he dialed into his Zoom court case, and they were going through the motions and everything. And while he was there on camera, he got approached by a cop. during his hearing.
Mhm.
And this all watching this on camera. And turns out he dialed into his hearing about stealing the Dodge Charger from behind the wheel of another stolen vehicle.
Jesus. It's not smart.
Him. Like, at least he was responsible enough to make it to his court date. Like, shit. Like, could you? I mean, honestly, you're in the like. I give you credit if you're in a high stressful situation. We can all agree that stealing a car is very high stress, and yet you still have the wherewithal to go. You know what? I need to sign into this Zoom call to see where my court case is.
So he. It had been stolen from a deal. It was a BMW that had been stolen from a dealership. So court case is going on. Then all of a sudden, everyone sees cherries behind him, going off behind him as the cops pull up and run the plates and everything. So, yeah, he's now caught himself another charge of stealing a car. So, yeah, just a little lesson for you. If you're going to dial into your Zoom court hearing, maybe not be committing a crime while you're doing it.
Right. Exactly. All right. Thank you, Chris. That is Ebenezer Bushrod's WTF News. There you go. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. For Donnie P and Gina and Demetrius and T. Flameter Z, we'll see you guys. And for Georgia, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.